Hi, I'm Cass, and today I'll be setting up my October reading journal, and I bought the cutest stickers from the shop. See it on the screen. And they definitely are BTS BT21 stickers, and this artist is so talented, and they are so cute, and I'm so excited to incorporate them into my journal. Now, the funny thing about intro me, not voiceover me, intro me, is I don't know BTS. I know the members, I think. You can totally skip forward in the video if you do not care about me trying to name members and talk about BTS, but here we are. RM, Jungkook, Jin, J-Hope, Jimin, V, and Suga. So I know the members. I know 7 members, right? They have 7? Yes. But I don't know who is who. And so by the time voiceover me voices over this video, I will know the members of BTS. Mark my words. I am into K-pop already. Like, I know Stray Kids, 1S, 17, ATEEZ, like, I know them. However, I don't know, like, the biggest K-pop group who literally brought K-pop to the West, to America, across the world. Kind of very impressive. But I don't know them, and I feel like I should. And fun fact, I'm also filming this on RM's birthday. So there's your fun fact for the day. But let's just get to planning, because this is not about K-pop. This is about my reading journal, which I will probably talk more about K-pop in this voiceover. So I do apologize if you do not care about K-pop, but you signed up for the chaos. You signed up for whatever topics come out of my noggin. I hate that I just said noggin. Okay, let's get to planning. Okay, yeah. Hello and welcome to the voiceover portion of this video. I do want to preface this by saying that I have drank nearly an entire bottle of soju. So honestly, if the chaos is strong in this video, I actually have reason of why. Also, I misspelled October. I put O-C-T-E, which is in fact not how you spell October, believe it or not. I think my brain's on default to write September, so I wrote a T and then just went to write September. And this has happened in another portion of something else I was writing as well. So I don't know if September's cursed or something, but September, in my personal, humble opinion, is the worst month of the year because you're just ready for it to be fall. You're ready for it, you know, to be nice and cozy, nice and cold, fall weather to income, and instead you're stuck with September weather, which is like in between, but if you're in Texas, not in between. Let's talk about my journal, which I was just doing, but let's talk about, actually, let's not talk about my journal. Let's just keep talking until I remember what I wanted to say, and that is BTS. I have learned all the members a little bit better than I did when I filmed that intro, and I was leaning towards Jimin as my bias, and I think I'm gonna go with Jimin as my bias for now. Which is funny because my best friend Addie, aka my roommate, who has to put up with me, so honestly, good on her. She said that she thought Jimin was gonna be my bias, and she also guessed my 17 bias correctly. I'm so sorry, not my 17 bias, my TXT bias correctly. So she just has the power, and the power is just knowing my bias. But to be fair, I also guessed her biases correctly too. Basically, we were very predictable with our types. So, anyways, back to actually talking about the journal. It's BTS themed, if you couldn't already tell. And I said that in the intro or whatnot. And, you know, you might be wondering, why are you doing a BTS theme if you don't know BTS very well? And that is because I saw these stickers and I really wanted them. And so I bought them. Also, this is my favorite sticker right here, and then is Koya, which is RM's little BT21 figure, I guess, character, whatever, I don't know. Washi tape. Washi tape was used. I used this white grid washi tape, and the grid washi tape has been my absolute favorite to use. And also I got to use these cute little dot stickers, and they are cute, which is what I literally just said. But they look so good, and I'm so excited to try to incorporate these into more spreads because I seriously just like love how these look. Now, the thing that I am creating on the left, if you've watched my video before, I'm so sorry that I repeat this in every single video, but just in case you're new, this is a bookmark pocket for my reading bookmark. So I store it here before the month starts and then after the month. And this is what it looks like. And I just track the number of pages in which book that I read. And that definitely said September because I definitely have not made my October bullet journal. Nope. My October bookmark yet. So I just used the September one as an example. Hopefully y'all are really entertained by this voiceover because I am like on the verge of a giggle fit and I'm just suppressing it the entire time. So this is me adding more dots. And now I want to talk about my TBR. But unfortunately, I did not write my TBR list. So I'm gonna just keep talking and then I'm gonna pause. You're not gonna hear it pause though, because I'm just gonna cut the voiceover. But I didn't read Spy Family last month, so I'm gonna read it this month. That is on my reading plans. I also want to pick up the Inheritance Games trilogy, which I said I would read in September, but I kind of got in a mad reading slump in the beginning of the month, and I blame reading the entire Folk of the Air trilogy in one day. Kind of set me back. I also wanted to pick up Chloe Gong's book, These Violent Delights, and then The Violent Ends, or something like that, that duology. And now let me take a brief intermission to go look at my bookshelf to figure out what other books I want to read. Okay, I am now back from your half a second intermission and my like 30-minute intermission because I got distracted. But let me talk about the rest of my TBR just kind of briefly. I really want to pick up The Ninth House by Leigh Bardugo. It is dark academia, and I don't read that many dark academia books. However, my roommate recently read it, and she really liked it. And considering it's my book, and that she read it, and I still haven't, it made me feel bad about myself. Just kidding. It just seems like the perfect October vibe, so that is something I kind of want to vibe with. I also want to pick up The Burning God, which is the third book in the Poppy War, and that is being very optimistic, thinking that I will finish The Dragon Republic in September, which September is almost over and I have yet to do, so maybe I should back up on the optimism. But hey, what's said is said. Honestly, I really don't cut out much in my voiceovers, just because I used to hate filming voiceovers until I kind of stopped like caring as much because y'all like the chaos. And the uncut version of Cass, I think, is the most chaotic. And so I just keep talking. I just let the audio run. And then the last book that I'm going to stick on my TBR. Just kidding. Not the last book. There's two more. One is Atomic Habits. I don't know who the author is off the top of my head. But I think it would be a good book to pick up. I forgot that I bought it until I was reorganizing my bookshelf. I was like, oh, Atomic Habits. I forgot I bought that because I wanted to read it. I think it'd just be a very educational book, and I kind of like those personal development books, as cheesy as they probably are. I think it'd be interesting. I think I would garner a little bit of knowledge from it. Oh, another one that I forgot that I wanted that I just remembered is called Creativity Inc., and I believe it's about the creators of Pixar. And I have that in my Amazon cart right now. So it's not purchased, but it is on my to be purchased list to pick up, I suppose. And then the last book I really want to pick up is like long overdue. And this was trending ages ago. And everyone talks about how freaking good it is. And that is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, I've read Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and I've been really needing to pick up another book. Or another book by her. And so that is the book that I have, that I bought recently, and I do want to pick it up in the near future. My boss actually at work has read it and said it was very different than what she expected, but very good. So I'm kind of hyped about it. Now, to talk about these pages briefly before I turn the page. On the left side is my reading tracker. So it's essentially a bar graph, and the colors in which I fill in the bar graph are marked on the right page underneath books read. So each book will have a specific color, so everything's color coded. And then my stats, I track the total number of books read, total number of pages, my average star rating, total books that I buy, and total days that I read. Now, in case you want an in-depth explanation of how my reading journal works, I do actually have a video about that, and it literally is titled How I Use My Reading Journal. So if you want to see me fill in a spread to fully understand how these pages work, I highly recommend that you check this out, or check that out after you finish checking this out. I threw in a bit more washi, a few more cute little dots, but in the appropriate colors. And then it moved on to the next page where I struggled yet again. Something about my reading journal is definitely a little bit cursed because I always seem to muck it up. Anyways, here I am writing favorite quotes, but then when I go to shade the word favorite, I shade with the wrong color and I have to start all over again. So in case you're wondering what I messed up on, that is what I messed up on. I was really annoyed because by that point I was trying to film it before I went to work and I literally had one more page left to do and then I had to run to work. So I was a little bit annoyed because if I didn't mess up, I could have finished it before I went to work. But that is information you probably don't care about. I'm sure this voiceover was probably not entertaining in the slightest, and I do apologize. But again, the soju is actually to blame in this instance. So, apologies there. Although I'm having a blast. But just knowing that me in the morning is going to listen to this back and possibly delete the whole thing. But if this ends up on the internet, just know that I clearly have no regard for my dignity. Anyways, this page is very, very self-explanatory, and it is my favorite quote page. Favorite quotes, even. It is plural this time. I have definitely made it before where it did not say quotes and it just said favorite quote. But this time that didn't happen. I made it plural. Anyways, super self-explanatory. I just write quotes that I come across that I really like. But it's funny because I always forget that I have this page. Therefore, quotes don't often get written in my reading journal. That is something that is kind of like a 2023 resolution, which seems silly because we still have months to go before 2023. But it's kind of a resolution for 2023 for my reading journal. I want to mix things up, but at this point, I don't feel like going through the energy to try to change how I'm using my reading journal, because I do enjoy it, but I know I want to change it. And so that's something that New Year's me will have to deal with. Good old end of 2022 December Cass will have to deal with. And I hope she rewatches this video and just smacks herself on the face, being like, you could have just started it now, but you decided to leave it to me. I don't know. Oh, and then this other page that I'm working on here is my summary, which I have made in many spreads, but I've only used once actually, which is kind of funny. And I literally just write the summary of how my reading went, things that transpired, like if I did a 24-hour readathon, I'll mention that, or if I pick up a certain book because of someone, I'll mention that. Just an overall, how I feel the month went. Just because, no specific reason, but it's cool to keep track of things like that and look back on past entries and read about what I wrote, essentially. So yeah, I included it for my own entertainment's sake. And then I'm adding some more washi tape and some more cute little dots. We're definitely not as opaque as I thought they were going to be. But here is the final flip through of my October bullet journal. I almost said September. See, this month is cursed. What can I say? I do hope you enjoyed this chaotic voiceover and it wasn't too terrible. And I shall see you in the outro. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I really hope you enjoyed this reading journal setup. I had a lot of fun. I love the stickers. They are so cute. And yeah, I should officially know BTS by this point. If voiceover me said that I didn't know them, someone bully me in the comments to learn them. But yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe if you're not already, like the video if you enjoyed, and I do hope to see you in the next one. Toodles!